Good morning. Welcome. Happy Wednesday. We are continuing on with our challenge, 40 days of transmuting, releasing, working on heavy energies such as anger, resentment, rage, whatever. Some other stuff may come up, so just welcome it. As Rumi said, every emotion, if this is a house, every emotion is welcome. Every emotion is a guest. Treat it with utmost respect, love, and host it. So sit with it, and then allow it to pass. I don't have anything to add to today's practice. I'm feeling pretty low-key today. So let us tune in and we will begin. So I find it helpful if I move the comments out of the way so they're not distracting. But hello, and Satnam to everyone. Let's bring our hands together into Prayer Mudra. In front of the heart center, sitting up nice and tall with lengthened spine. Eyes are gently closed, gaze is lifted to the space between the eyebrows. Let's take a deep inhale and full exhale. Inhale deeply again. Exhale. One more time, deeply inhale. Suspending the breath for a moment. And exhale. And let's inhale deeply to tune in. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Adgure Name, Jugadgure Name, Sadgure Name, Sri Gurudeve Name. Adgure Name, Jugadgure Name, Sadgure Name, Sri Gurudeve Name. Adgure Name, Jugadgure Name, Sadgure Name, Sri Gurudeve Name. Deeply inhale. Suspending the breath, engage the Mula Bandha. And exhale. Relax. Satnam. Okay. So we are continuing on with Fists of Anger. I do feel that this is a very potent exercise that we do, and I couldn't imagine not benefiting from it. Even if you've never done this before, it is such a relief, and it really makes room, creates space between the environment, the circumstance, the situation, or even the upsurge of anything that comes up unexpectedly. Creates a space between, reactivity and the observation and the witnessing. And that's what I've been noticing in myself. As clients come in and share with me their day-to-day situations, I'm not going to call it like a venting session, but we do have moments of kind of like life coaching. And it's interesting to me that I could so relate with my clients when they share certain things with me, triggers. I'm like, oh yeah, I know how that feels. It's so annoying when somebody does that. And sometimes, and some of them look to me for reaction, like how would I handle it? I am definitely not perfect, and so I always say like, there's the high road, and then there's the other road, and you could just really be in the place of thank you, I appreciate that, or you'd be like, yeah, you think so? And it's like, yeah, it's so human. It's so human. I cannot imagine myself being perfect 100% of the time. It's just not gonna be real me. It's gonna be really, really fake. So just allow and permit and be at peace, knowing that some days you will be in your best, and some days you might be at your not so best. And that's okay. It's still a learning process, and you evolve and you go, and just appreciate it all. Okay, 3 minutes. I am back on moderately, not so intensely, with the fists of anger. The thumbs are pressing on the Mercury mound so your pinky. Squeeze that thumb tightly and punch the water balloon filled with whatever yickiness you don't want. Bring up that emotion of frustration and dig deep within yourself. Find it. If you find it, great. If you don't find it, great. It might come at a different time outside of this mat, outside of this space. But know and rest assured that what you're doing here right now is preparing you to witness and create space and respond in a loving and compassionate way to any situations that aggravate you. Okay, so women on moon cycle or pregnant beyond first trimester, long deep breath as I've done in the last couple of days. For the rest of us warriors ready to go full force, or shape mouth, using the strength of your navel center. This is the fire. This is the fire element. And powerful breath. Let's start with the breath first. Eyes are closed, gazing to the third eye. And add the arms backward, stroke over the head, starting from the heart center and up. And begin. last 30 seconds remaining. Deeply inhale. Interlace the fingers, palms facing up. Stretch the spine upwards, pull the root block. Two more times, just like that. Gently bring your arms onto your lap. Close your eyes, go within. Take a deep inhale, a sigh or an exhale, and if that felt good, do a few times. Breathe fully into the depth of your being, all the way down to the tailbone, and exhale from the depth of your chambers, of your heart. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes. Take a little bit of water. As we prepare for our meditation to activate the reflex to help us resolve our inner conflicts. What came up for me this morning is the idea of competitiveness. Where did this, I consider myself a non-competitive person, but then I sat with it and I thought to myself, but is it really true? Then why do I have this constant comparison? And I traced this back to my earliest memory of my best friend when I was 7 years old and she was 6. And we were hanging out at my house, and my mom, being the teacher that she is, she gave us crayons, little pencils. We didn't have crayons in Russia back then. We had pencils and paper, and she said, girls, come and draw something. Draw a princess or whatever. And my friend who's very creative, very artistic, she drew this beautiful picture of this beautiful girl with the crown. And of course I did my best, but it was not nearly as eye-pleasing as hers. And when my mom came back to check on us, she looked at my picture and she looked at my friend's picture and she says, "Oh, Sophie, look at your friends, is so much better." And oh my God, I have not recalled this, and it keeps coming back for me over and over and over again, over and over and over again. And I think in that moment, I don't remember how I felt, but when I recollect it now, I am trying to remember how it felt and why does this scenario keep coming back in my life. And my mom didn't stop there. She always reminded me to compare myself to the best people and not the worst. You know, so I would say something like, oh, Mom, I want to have a, cute, cute thing like this. Everybody else has it. And my mom would say, well, if everybody's going to jump off the roof, you will too? It's like, why do you have to, and then along those same line teachings were like, you shouldn't compare yourself to the worst. I struggled in school with math and my grades were low in math. I just didn't apply myself. It wasn't of interest to me. And it was always like, and I would say, oh, so-and-so got even worse grade than me. And my mom would say, oh, why do you compare yourself to the worst? You should compare yourself to the best. And so I'm sitting with this whole constant comparison. And I know, rationally and intellectually, I know that when we compare ourselves to anyone or anything else besides our self from yesterday, we insult our soul. And I get that. I really get that. But it's a continuous process of just witnessing that. Why do I do this? Why do I compare myself? And then I consider myself non-competitive. I am competitive. I want to be better. I want to be the best. Is it realistic? Just notice what comes up for you and work through it. Don't dismiss it. Dig deep. Go deep. Go deep. A lot of times we want to put a Band-Aid on a wound. Me personally, and call me masochistic, but when something hurts on my body or something hurts in my heart, I go deep. I press. When I hurt myself and something, I press into it and I just like breathe into it. And so to me, it's the same thing. Our physical wounds, our emotional wounds require the same attention. We have to sit with it. We have to embrace it. We have to feel it. We have to maybe not judge it so much, but to understand it. And so that's what I'm sitting with today. Okay, enough of the talking. We're using metronome for a few more days. Hands at the heart center here above the chest, thumbs are up, fingers are together, parallel to the floor. And we're working with our breath, inhaling for 5 seconds, exhaling for 5 seconds, and suspending the breath comfortably between 10 to 15 seconds. Eyes are gently closed, 9/10 closed or closed fully, gazing to the third eye. At first, we take a deep inhale and full exhale. And now begin. Inhaling deeply. Exhaling completely. And suspending the breath. Inhaling 5 seconds, like you're sipping the breath through a straw. Make it long and slow. Exhaling slowly, fully, and being fully relaxed during the suspension. Chest up, chin in. continue 1 more minute without the metronome. Observe your flow of breath. Continue peacefully. Make this your last cycle. When you're ready, deeply inhale. Suspending the breath, pulling the root lock. Exhale. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Stretch the spine. Exhale. Inhale again. Shake the arms a little bit. Shake the spine, wiggle your body. And exhale. And just stay here, fully present. Going inwards. Staying in the heart center. Now let's take a deep inhale and exhale. One more deep inhale and exhale. And when you're ready, you could gently open your eyes. It's interesting to me that our wounds could be so much louder than the remedy. And so as I sat in this meditation, a memory popped in where I, with the help of my friend, wrote a song for my parents' silver anniversary. And I performed it in the restaurant in front of so many people. I sang it without music, and my parents and my grandmother, who was alive at that time, were shocked, and they had so much joy on their faces. And I remember my mom at that time said, "God blessed me with such a talented daughter." And it's so funny that I could sit with these words and I remember it. But the pain of a 6-year-old girl or 7-year-old girl is still so fresh. And it's like, how do you reconcile those two things? How do you just make one go away and just hold on to the goodness, you know? And it's so hard. It's so hard. So just wanted to share that. Let's bring our hands in the front of the heart center. Inhale deeply. Exhale. And let's inhale to seal our practice. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Thank you for supporting me on this journey and sharing your beauty, your light, and your radiance with me every day for these 40 days. Sat Nam. Love to you all. I'll see you tomorrow.